let's be real, iba ang laban kapag nasa sales environment ka. You are being measured by targets, units, conversion. But at the end of the day, it's high reward. May commission ka. Joining us today is from the front line na talagang on target pagdating sa quota, conversion, at revenue. Thank you, Fry, for joining us and bumati ka sa ating madlang people.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. This is Frey Nanchaboso, but you can just call me Frey. Currently working as an inbound sales representative for a telco account.
Oh, okay, great. Frey, so tell me more about yourself before we start digging into the conversation today.
So before I joined for a sales industry, I've worked as a customer service representative for both non-voice and voice accounts, specifically for a ride-sharing account, a retail account, financial account, even collections. I handled that before ako mag-jump sa sales industry. For sales, nag-handle ako ng connected car account, travel account, and then right now for a telco account.
Okay. So you've been with customer service and the other accounts in the BPO. Pagdating sa sales, pinili mo ba to or na-assign ka?
Pinili ko talaga siya.
Pinili mo. Bakit mo gusto mag-sales?
Because of money. It all started way back 2023. Parang inisip ko na, parang kailangan ko ng more kita. Kasi parang hindi enough yung experience ko as a customer service representative. Kasi marami din nagsasabi sa akin na, uy, mas maraming pera dyan sa sales. So, bakit hindi mo subukan? Ako, sige, try ko. Pero wala akong idea sa pagbebenta. So, parang it started like a blank talaga. And wala akong ka-idea, anong gagawin ko sa sales? Hindi naman ako bentador. Pero,
hindi ka ba natakot?
Kinakabahan actually. Kasi, very complex siya in a way na you have to be assumptive and kailangan mo ring sound convincing sa mga customers para makasave ka. So, yun yung naramdaman ko at first.
Okay. So, from a customer service account, jumping into sales, ano yung biggest na challenge na nakita mo transitioning from that role to being a sales agent?
So, from customer service to being a sales agent, you have to sound very convincing sa mga customers mo para makuha nila yung deal mo na for example ako, nag-offer ako ng product, and if I don't sound convincing or if I sound transactional, hindi nila makakuha or hindi nila bibilhin yung product ko.
Okay. So, in terms of sales conversation, ano yung nakikita mo na dapat na start ng sales conversation? Kasi we've been in the sales industry. I've been in the sales industry for like more than 15 years already. And we've been mentoring, teaching people how to deal with clients or customers. And we have, sabihin natin, strategy with sales. So kayo, currently, paano kayo nagbibenta sa customers? Or ano yung product na binibenta?
Well, currently, we are doing upselling sa mga customers kasi we are actually part of the loyalty department or retention, kung tawagin. So kami yung sumasalba sa mga customers na gusto umalis sa current service nila. And since upselling kami, we are trying to offer some of our promotions. So going back to your question po, mga binibenta po namin ay smartphones, watches, tablets, pocket Wi-Fi, and even fiber.
Okay. So telco account talaga siya.
Telco po.
And then, it's a different setup yung sales mo kasi nandun kayo sa retention department.
Yes.
And you're trying to keep the customers, pero kailangan nyo rin silang i-upsell.
Well, yes.
Okay.
So, very challenging siya kasi gusto na umalis ng customer tapos at the same time i-upsell mo. Yung unang thought ko, paano yun?
Oo nga, paano yung nangyayari yung gano'n? Eh gusto ko, ako nga customer. O siguro hindi na ako masaya sa service niyo, ganyan. Tapos bigla mo akong bibigyan ng isa pang product. Diba? Paano nangyayari yung conversation?
So, in terms of our flow, so for example, bigyan pa tayo ng scenario. Gusto magpa-cancel ng customer dahil it's either namamahalan siya sa bill or hindi na gusto yung service, hindi na kailangan yung line. So, since nasa loyalty department kami, we are going to provide some loyalty discounts, which is kami lang yung makakapagbigay nun, o kaya naman, we are trying to repurpose that specific line. Or, in other words, yung number mismo, parang i-convert namin siya into a different product and then we can give discounts. Para lang ma-save yung number na yun. And if they say no, then proceed with their concern, which is cancellation.
What's your metric dun sa sales na strategy? Do you have like TNPS, conversion ba yan?
Well, currently, yung ano lang po, metrics lang namin ay yung sales number talaga.
Sales, meaning conversion.
Yes po.
And then how do you get commission?
It's actually a very complex way on how they convert or compute incentives or commissions. So, for example, target namin, 10 mobility. Yung mobility na yan ay combination ng smartphones, watches, and tablets. And then strategies. Strategies naman ay yung pocket Wi-Fi or yung internet air, para siyang white modem. And then fiber. So, 10 mobility, 5 strats or strategies, and then 1 fiber. And then those numbers, meron yung katumbas na, kung sa term namin, CSAT, if, napasa namin yung CSAT, para lang siya multiplier. And then transfer rate, multiplier din siya. And hold time, which includes silent and hard hold. So, if napasa naman yung mga binanggit ko, para lang siya multiplier. If not, deduction siya sa commissions.
So, kung hindi mo mapapasa, kahit na meron kang sales number, kung kunyari na-hit mo yung sales quota mo, pero hindi mo pasa yung CSAT, transfer, and the other one, what's the other one again?
Hold.
Hindi ka makakakuha ng incentive. Or may bawas lang.
May bawas siya.
Okay. Makes sense. Medyo complicated nga. Medyo complicated. So, you really have to balance your performance. Okay. So, that's great. Now, tell us about how your day look like. Like, for a sales agent. Ano yung routine mo bilang sales agent?
Well, as a sales agent, I have to be awake as much as possible. So, kape talaga yung nagpapasalma sa akin every day. Kasi if without coffee, parang akong lantang halaman.
Wala energy.
Walang energy or hindi ako makakapag-converse maayos sa customer or hindi ko makakuha yung kung naman yung gusto niyang gawin. Lalo na queuing kami. Though, may nag-avail naman during weekends, pero kung weekdays, queuing talaga siya.
Queuing. Especially telco accounts.
Exactly.
Okay. So, transitioning from customer service to sales, nakaka-pressure ba today?
Yes.
Ano yung nagpapa-pressure sa'yo? Or pinaka-nakaka-pressure na sabi mo everyday, nakaka-pressure na naman. Ano nagpapa-pressure sa'yo?
I would say yung demand ng management because habang nako-call ako, naririnig ko sila sumisigaw na, I need sales, mga ganun. Or kaya naman, guys, I need sales, come on. I need conversion. Tapos ako, habang nako-call, magpapakancel na yung customer, tapos gusto niyo pa ng benta. Parang sa isip ko, hindi naman araw-araw Pasko, pero I know I'm trying my best naman para makapag-convert or makabenta at least one product. Parang yun yung pinaka-target ko everyday. Kailan makabenta ako ng kahit isang product lang, then I'm good. Kung wala, mindset ko, bawi na lang for on the other day. So, Pero di maiwasan talaga yung pressure.
Yeah, hindi, sales tayo eh. So,
Exactly.
hindi mo talaga may iwasan. Lalo pat may hinahabol kang target. So, let's talk about your most memorable sale. What do you have a most memorable sale? Na masasabi mo, oh my God, eto na yon, nag-yes na yung customer. And then, paano yung reaction mo sa sale?
Most memorable sale was yung na-close ako ng fiber. Like,
Pinakamahirap ba yun?
sobrang hirap. Kasi that's why isa lang yung target namin sa isang buwan. Kasi sobrang, kumbaga parang ang setup ay kada kuha ako ng customer, merong pop-up screen sa amin na, uy, fiber eligible siya o hindi siya fiber eligible. And then kapag nakita ko na fiber eligible, ang setup naman is ipapatake over namin siya sa fiber expert. So sila yung magko-close and at the same time, sila yung bahala kung paano nila i-offer yung fiber. And then if malalaman ko na close siya, parang ano siya, big deal for me. Kasi di nila ako tatanong nila, oh, may fiber din ba? And during that time, kaya sinabi ko siya most memorable kasi 5 months akong walang fiber. So talagang ano siya, parang nakaka-demotivate in a way na, oh, wala kang fiber, tapos ganyan. Parang hahalo ko to nila yung mga, mga hindi mo nagawa. Pero the time na na-close naman yung fiber, sobrang tuwang-tuwa sila. Even the team, may team ko, kasi, nag-celebrate kami. Kasi, meron na akong fiber after 5 months. And then, the rest is history. Ang dami ng benta after that.
Basta, you just needed that one sale para masabi mo na,
Yes.
nagawa ko siya. What did you do differently on that interaction?
Oh, after ko ma-close yung fiber sale na yun, yung mga sumunod na calls, madadali na lang siya and nakabenta rin ako ng ibang products.
Pero dun sa first na fiber, paano mo yung ginawa? Ano nangyari?
I would say, naging patient and then the way I converse with my customer, sobrang malumanay lang. Kasi mabait din yung customer.
Ano to? Matanda ba?
I would say nasa 40s.
Cooperative ba? Cooperative lang talaga siya.
Cooperative lang siya.
Okay. And then on the flip side, ano naman yung worst call that you can recall? Meron ba?
Meron. Actually, marami Pero,
So, mas marami yung worst call.
yes, marami yung mga worst calls ko. Pero, I'll give an example. Si customer, hindi siya sales call pero dahil nga loyalty kami. Si customer, gusto niya bayaran yung balance niya and at the same time, gusto niya ma-restore yung number niya. And then I found out na hindi na pala pwede kasi written off na yung account niya. So sinabi ko kay customer, Mr. Customer, we can settle this balance, but at the same time, we wouldn't be able to retrieve your number kasi nga written off na. Why? Why would you be able to retrieve it? Sabi ko, kasi nga po sir, this number is no longer available because this account was tagged as written off, so we would have to give you a new number and a new account. Yun ang ending, supervisor kasi hindi daw ako helpful. Hindi ko na-resolve yung concern niya, though nag-set naman ako ng expectation sa kanya. Kasi yun ang trabaho namin bilang loyalty agent. Wala rin magagawa yung supervisor, pero sinabi ko lang sa kanya na wala po talaga akong magagawa, Mr. Customer. And then, dahil nga nagagalit siya, panay mura siya.
Oh my God.
Minumura niya ako, pero ako naman kasi, pasok dito, labas dito.
Magaling ka mag-manage ng reaction.
I would say, manhid na ako dun sa mga mura nila. Parang, dead man na lang ako dun sa mga mura nila. Parang, okay. Wala akong magagawa dyan, sir.
Okay. Pero how do you manage that? So, I'm pretty sure madami yan, di ba? On a daily basis, madami yan. How do you manage yung ganung emotions?
I think deep breath, then after ng call mismo, kakain. Or matutulog.
Matutulog.
Yes. Parang yun po yung nagiging, coping mechanism para magpatuloy sa aking shift. Because if I would think about it, the whole day, malala lang ako madadrain. Parang naghahanap ako ng paraan para hindi ako mag-dwell dun sa emotion ng customer.
And then I'm pretty sure tinutulungan ka rin naman ng TL mo or ng other teammates mo. So, looking into those conversations, syempre hindi naman sabi mo nga kanina, hindi naman araw-araw Pasko. No?
Yes.
So, meron ding mga moments or may mga weeks or days siguro na palyado ka, bagsak yung performance. No? Pero how do you keep yourself to stay motivated?
Well, in order for me to stay motivated, iniisip ko parati ay sahod. Salary. Kasi
Sahod talaga.
exactly. Kasi yung sa current company ko, weekly salary kami. So,
Weekly. Okay.
So, yun yung nagpapamotivate.
Every Friday ba to? Every Friday? Every Saturday?
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
So, kahit wala akong benta sa isang araw, kung inisip ko naman yung sahod, I'm good. Kasi sobrang helpful yung weekly salary na setup. Like, hindi mo maiisip na, uy, kapos ka, uy, PDP ka, pecha de peligro. Parang, hindi po sumasagin sa isip ko. And sabi ko naman, to myself and then sa mga ka-team ko, okay lang na wala kang benta sa isang araw kasi hindi naman araw-araw Pasko. Pero just make sure na you are doing your job very well. Yun ang pinaka-importante.
And then, of course, you are doing your job very well. And we need to do it right. Diba?
Exactly.
Really, every time. So let me ask you, ano ang mindset dapat ng isang tao
Para magtagal sa sales.
Well, for me, number one, dapat yung mga kasama mo ay motivated. Kasi kung yung mga kasama mo ay full of negativity, ganun ka din. Full of negativity ka rin. And on that point, hindi ka rin makakabenta or hindi ka makakapag-upsell sa iyong customer. Number two, environment. Like, if the environment was hype or full of energy and alam mo yun, kumbaga, though the pressure is there, pero if you are stay focused sa iyong trabaho, para masasurvive mo yung whole day or whole shift mo. And lastly, dapat may goal ka sa sarili mo. Kasi on a sales industry, pressure is there, but if you have goal or meron kang talagang target na ini-aim, like ako, sahod, makaka-survive ka sa sales account or sales industry.
Okay. So, syempre sa mga accounts natin, sa industry natin, maraming perks, no? May mga incentive, may mga commission, at kung ano-ano pa, yung mga steps, ganyan. Sa isang cut-off, or bago ko tanungin yun, yung incentive nyo ba binibigay on a weekly basis din or monthly?
On a weekly basis din.
Weekly basis din siya. Ano yung pinakamataas na incentive na nakuha ko? I-reveal na natin.
Well,
cut-off.
4,500.
4,500 on a weekly
basis.
So parang lumalabas, sabihin mo ng mga 15, gano'n, almost 15, 20 sa isang buwan.
Sa isang buwan ko yun. Yes.
Okay. Alright. So 20,000 a month. Mas mataas ba yung commission versus a sahod? Yung base mo or pantay lang?
Almost pantay lang din And then, pinakamababa ko, 300.
Oy, not bad. Baka naman. Ilang benta yon? Isa lang, gano'n.
Maraming benta. I'm pretty sure maraming benta. The reason why na naging 300 siya kasi hindi ko napasa yung CSAT. Yung age.
May bawa.
Yeah, may bawas na siya. Hold time and then yung I forgot to mention AHT. AHT is also part of our multiplier. Yeah.
So let's be real, real talk. So sales can be mentally draining, lalo pag hindi ka masyadong pumapasa.
Exactly.
Naranasan mo na ba na ma-burnout?
Ay, maraming beses na. Sobra. Yung ako, yung kapag hindi ko na ipasa yung metric, tapos sinasabon ako ng TL ko.
Ano sinasabi nila kapag I'm interested to?
Ano, ganyan ka na lang ba? Or kaya, what's your plan? Pumapasok ka ba para magpalamig? Para sa
Aircon?
aircon, yeah. Pumapasok ka dito para bumenta. Yung mga ganun words. And during that time, I was at the rock bottom. So parang tinitake ko siya as negative. Pero at the same time, tinitake ko siya right now as a positive manner. Kasi, wala naman. Sales agent ka. Kailangan mo bumenta. Oo, hindi araw Pasko, but at the same time, there is always a way for you to get a sale. So, burnout, like I said, maraming beses na akong demotivated because of this and that. Pero I make sure naman na makakabangon ako.
So, noon, nung mga medyo bago-bago ka pa, nabu-burnout ka talaga. Pero ngayon, hindi na masyado.
Hindi.
Kasi you take it positively.
Mm-mm. And nasanay na din.
Tapos, sabi mo kanina, 2 years ka na in this account, yung sa sales account. So, dun sa 2 years na yon, ano yung may nagbabago ba dun sa the way you see things in your account today?
Yes. Sabi ko kasi dati, never ako papasok sa telco account. kasi
Anong perception mo ba ng si telco account?
sobrang hirap. Complex siya.
Complex nga, totoo naman.
Totoo.
Complex.
Yes. Pero if you will look at the brighter side, if sanay ka na sa, number one, sa process, and number two, if you know your customers' attitude, and kung ano man yung emotions nila, parang maning-maning mo na lang yung mga ganyang items. All you have to do is how you deal with their emotions, and madali ang buhay mo kapag gamay mo yung process. Yung experience ko, since first sales telco ko to, yung first full month na yon, puro process lang ako. Hindi ako nakafocus sa sales.
Minaster mo muna.
Minaster ko muna yung product o yung process before ako mag-focus sa benta. Since we're just doing upselling, we don't do hard selling.
May customer ka na bang umulit? Like, may customer ka na bang umulit na kumontak sa'yo or na tumawag sa'yo na hindi niya alam na ikaw pa rin yung kausap?
May nangyari yun.
Kumusta yun? Can you tell us more about it?
Well, nung tumawag siya ulit for the second time, ibang concern naman niya. Iba naman yung concern niya.
Okay.
Pero dahil I'm good at names, naalala ko yung name niya, sabi ko, ito yung nakausap ko last time, oh. Pero hindi niya na-recognize. Ako yung nag-assist sa kanya before.
So, dami mo naman siguro na nakausap.
Exactly. And saka, hindi rin niya maalala yung boses ko.
Okay. Tapos, same na bibenta mo siya, di ba? Siyempre, bibentahan mo pa rin siya. O save mo siya. Iba lang yung concern, pero ganun pa rin yung strategy mo.
Yes.
Tama. Ano yung ginawa mo?
Yung during that time, ang concern naman niya is about billing.
Billing.
About billing kasi bakit daw mataas yung bill niya, what changed. So, during that time, in-explain ko na ganito kasi, ma'am. Meron kang ganito, meron kang ganyan. That's the reason why mataas yung bill mo. And at the same time, nag-try pa rin ako mag-upsell kasi meron pa kami in-offer na product where she can, benefit with kasi nga nag-business siya. Pero she said no. So, okay. No problem.
Okay. So, hindi rin siya nag-sign up?
Hindi.
So, pero yung first, hindi rin talaga siya nag-sign up?
Nag-sign up siya doon.
Nag-sign up siya doon. Tapos itong second, hindi siya nag-sign up?
Hindi.
Meron ka bang moment, kasi saves tong account nyo di ba, retention? Meron bang moment na, hindi ko ito mabenta, naawa na ako kay customer?
Maraming beses.
So, can you tell us more about that experience? Tapos, paano yung nag-react yung customer? Bakit ka naawa? Yung gano'n.
Kasi wala siyang pambayad sa kanyang bill. Tapos, at the back of my mind, bebenta ko ba? Bebenta ko ba ito?
Mm.
Kahit upgrade lang. Pero during that time, hindi na ako nagbenta or hindi na ako nag-upsell kasi may problema na nga siya sa kanyang payment, bebentahan ko pa ba? So, parang if you think about it, parang ang sama ko naman. Pero yeah, hindi ko na siya in-upsell.
Tapos, nakita ba ng TL mo yung napag-usapan niyo ba? Hindi mo na
Hindi.
napag-usapan.
Hindi namin napag-usapan.
So,
yun.
parang na-let go na lang siya.
Nilet go na lang namin yung nangyari. Especially me. Ang importante, at least ma-resolve ko yung concern niya o mapagaan ko yung...
Mapagaan mo yun. No?
Mm-hmm.
Pinagdadaanan niyo sa buhay.
Exactly.
So, just like you, nag-transition ka from customer service to sales. Kung meron kang makakausap ngayon ng mga new hires sa floor, ano yung ma-advise mo sa kanila na pwedeng gawin para mas madali yung buhay sa sales?
Well, ang advice na mga ibibigay ko is like you, kung galing ka from customer service, then you would like to try sales industry is have a goal. Yun ang pinaka-importante sa lahat kasi if you have a goal on your mind, magiging madali ang buhay mo and knowing na pressure ang sales, parang everything will follow, kumbaga. And at the same time, very rewarding ang makakuha mong incentives or commissions when you're at sales. And speaking of goal, if you have goal in mind, like pare, ito yung gagawin mo on a daily basis, makaklose mo yung sale at the same time, makakuha mo yung sahod mo, and wag mo lang iisipin yung pressure. Pressure is there, pero pasok dito, tapos doon. Yung may advice ko po sa inyo.
Kasama naman talaga yun. Diba?
Exactly.
Sa kahit anong trabaho naman may pressure. Thank you so much, Prey. So, solid kwentuhan na naman as always. And thank you so much, Prey, for joining us today. I hope all the viewers have learned something from your experience. Talaga nga naman talaga nakaka-pressure ang sales. But of course, we all have our goals. And if we just hit those goals, marami namang sayang may dudulot. Diba? Lahat naman ng trabaho nakaka-pressure. Iba lang talaga ang pressure ng sales. Pero it's really rewarding. So, thank you so much for joining us in this episode. Please hit subscribe, like, and follow us on our Facebook, YouTube, TikTok accounts. And see you on the next episode. Thank you. Bye.